middle management of men, Wesley Fox. A tamer of building codes and fires, Alan Giannis. And he delivers for America, Andrew Murr. Together, they are the Middle Class Holes.
Well, here we are, folks, celebrating another successful operation. Operation Burn LA is in full effect. It's not anything to do with anything but immigration. That's what it's all about. Nothing to see here, folks. My question to you guys to start this lovely show tonight, as Los Angeles continues to burn for how many times now? Is it 3 times in 5 years? Am I overestimating, underestimating?
Seems pretty fine on every other media outlet other than Fox News, but yeah, you know.
Is it? I don't know. I feel like CNN's really like pumping up the burning down of things.
They love a good fucking if it bleeds it leads.
Oh sure,
yeah.
Who doesn't?
Yeah.
But,
yeah. So.
But what I guess I'm getting at is it seems like depending on again which station you go to, it's about one thing, and if you go to another station, it's about another thing. And when you see the people that are doing it, it's like, you guys don't look like the people they're looking for. And then it's just, I don't know. I feel like since we've been adults, nothing is what they say it is. Or is it sometimes what they say it is? Or is it never what they say it is? I bring this up because, Flat Earth has risen in prominence over the last decade or so. Moon landing hoaxes, all that stuff in the last 15 years. Like when I was a kid, we landed on the moon. When I got out of high school, it's like, maybe we landed on the moon. When I got to adulthood, it was like, nah, we didn't land on the fucking moon. Stanley Kubrick made this in a film studio, blah-blah-blah-blah-blah. JFK was shot by Lee Harvey Oswald. Then he was shot by
Pearl Harbor was set up. The Gulf of Tonkin. They're trying to think of a lot of the major wars were all set up. No, every major event was the straw was stirred by big insert whatever.
Yeah, and even like, okay, the first time I really heard about this was like that World Trade Organization with the 1%er thing, right? That's when it was like, and then all of a sudden, like, that's when I first heard about agent provocateurs. And you could tell by their boots that they weren't part of the program. They were part of El Governmente, going in to, like, break shit to get things to be dispersed. So is it because of the internet that we're finding out things aren't as they seem? Or is it because of the internet that we're able to whimsically create new storylines to tell ourselves, to convince ourselves that the thing that we want to support isn't the thing that's actually happening?
That's a good question.
You start
How much
it?
time you got?
That's really it. Like, I mean, in short, it's like it's a decades long programming, I think, of the American populace to think one way and not really fucking place blame where it's supposed to be placed, which is a bunch of fucking wild ass corporations. Let's call them oligarchs because that's what the fuck they are. Fucking and wild ass politicians bouncing ideas off each other and fucking making money off the backs of the rest of us. And now the media can't hide it anymore because the internet exists, because real-time fucking news exists. As hard as CNN or Fox or fucking Newsmax or fucking MSDNC fucking push any narrative, I think the American populace is smarter than that, you know what I mean? And largely can be like, all right, y'all are fucking around. Now, we are largely fucking idiots, don't get it twisted, but we're smarter than I think a lot of people do give us credit for. And like, we're in a very interesting place at the moment, and I don't know what to think or where to think this is going. But yeah, man, fucking to answer your question, we've been propagandized to fuck, and now it's very hard for the government to hide the things that they've been hiding. And now that we know that they've been hiding some things, I think the rest of the populace has been like, well, they're hiding everything.
There it is.
Right.
Right.
And because we're kind of fucking stupid, as much as I'm like, we're smarter than you think we are, we're fucking still dumb as a populace, and people just in general, humans en masse, are fucking idiots. But Yeah, that's where we are. That's where we are right now. We've lost a little bit of trust, which has eroded all of the trust at this point. And you have a couple people, our president included, being like, hey, you know what? Don't trust that. Which is making it worse fucking all the way across the board.
And he's not always wrong, just like nobody's always wrong.
No, but he's wrong a lot.
Yeah. But Wes, okay. Because I know you go after 9/11 conspiracy theorists all the time for fun. It's sport for you.
I sent him one earlier, like 2 days ago.
Couldn't help myself.
I was like, get on in there, buddy.
But I will say, of all of my friends who deep dive into this stuff, you are the most level-headed of them. Mm-hmm. And that's not saying a lot, but it's saying more than me and Alan are capable of putting sentences together for. What's your take on what I'm getting at? Because I don't think the people protesting the ICE raids in L.A. are protesting the ICE raids in L.A. I just don't. I can get into that a little further, but what's your take on my skepticism?
So I think and I want to kind of echo what Alan said. Some of this really boils down to the balancing act of, is this about maintaining a mistrust for the federal government and the media, or is this thinking rationally? And sometimes, no, do you trust the government? Well, no, that's not what I said. Oh, you think they aren't liars? You think they're truthful 100% of the time? No, that's not what I said. So when you get a sliver of deceivousness, which isn't a word. But
that's a word. Put that down.
No, I like it.
We'll run with that puppy. A sliver of that opens up Pandora's box for just not trusting anything that the media or the government says. And I saw here's a good example, and it's apples to pears. Okay, it was during post round interviews after the Masters with Rory McIlroy and Bryson, and they said what did Rory say to you during the round? Bryson said, "Oh, I don't know. I didn't talk to him." Oh, well, how was he feeling? He's like, I don't know. I didn't talk to him. And then later on, Rory's in a separate interview with the press. He says, "Yeah, Bryson said you didn't talk to him at all." He's like, "I don't know what he was expecting. I'm locked in. I'm trying to win the Masters." And it's like that media twist to where that's not what he said. Bryson, all he said was, "I don't know. He didn't talk to me." And even the sports media world has to get clicks and advertising dollars and eyes and something to be good. Conspiracies are fucking are raunchy, man. Yeah, sometimes the simple stuff's not compelling, not exciting.
Sure,
Yeah.
but I expect. You know what though? I can accept it in sports because sports is supposed to be entertainment. Real life is not supposed to be entertainment. Aaron Rodgers apparently got married a couple of months ago, and I love. The narrative with Aaron Rodgers is like, oh, he tells everybody all about his personal life. He's so arrogant and cocky. He wants the story to always be about me, 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 me. Well, wouldn't Aaron Rodgers have thrown some lavish fucking engagement party?
Is that the narrative around Aaron Rodgers?
It's all
I don't think so.
The narrative around Aaron Rodgers.
I think it's that he's a fucking whack job and he still thinks he can play quarterback at an elite NFL level.
I think he can. And
I think that's the story.
Here's my take with Aaron Rodgers. It's I hate that he went to the Steelers because of the Ravens.
Well, obviously.
I want to see, but there's this other, where I disconnect myself from being a Ravens fan. I like when people make the media eat their fucking words, and so I do want to see Aaron Rodgers succeed, but not at the expense of the Ravens. So I'm going to have a very difficult fandom season this year because I want to see him succeed.
Yeah, but I think even the sports. Sorry, not to derail us, but I think even the sports media is like, "Oh, that's a good pickup. They're going to do good stuff." Even forgetting the fact that the last time the guy took a 5-step drop, he blew a fucking Achilles. You know what I mean? So I don't know. Honestly, way too much hype around Aaron Rodgers. The guy's washed. It's over. He's gonna fucking Mason Rudolph is gonna be fucking quarterbacking that team by week 5. Fucking put it down now.
Yeah, so I didn't want to derail this into a sports conversation. And my question, okay, Merle, maybe I could lend some clarity if I get an answer. So, what is being told to us that's happening to in the city of Los Angeles, and what is actually happening? Well, or what at least perceived.
Okay, so what's being told, I feel, is that there's all these people and they're protesting these ICE raids. Them going after, doing exactly, whether you like it or not, doing exactly what was said was going to be done on the campaign trail. Day one, we're going to set up this task force. We're going to use ICE. We're going to let them do their jobs like they're supposed to. They're going to go find.
Well, my man said illegals, bro.
Okay,
I think we've crossed that fucking threshold now.
Either way. I'm going to go do this thing.
It's fine. It's not a big deal. Go, continue.
We could talk about the ethics of it and all that if you want, but I guess my point is...
There's no need. You glossed over it. I got your ethics. Continue.
I'm trying to gloss over it, but you keep glaring at it, so...
Because it's disingenuous, but go. Continue.
Well, I'm saying that he said he was going to do this thing, and this is exactly what he's doing, and you can... What? What?
He did not say he was going to do that thing. He said he was going to go after illegals, and he's not doing that. He's going after fucking anyone with a name that seems Hispanic. Period.
But see, again,
that's fucked up.
Listen, here's the thing, Alan, is you say that, but that could also be part of the spin. You're getting your news. We're
watching it. There's video of it. We can watch it, dude. Like, stop. I don't watch mainstream news. Period. I don't watch the MSM, man. Like, we can watch it real time. But fucking literally people with cameras in their hands, 24/7. We can watch the shit. If you're just ignoring it, that's fine.
I'm not ignoring it. I guess here's what's wild about you saying that is like I would point the same claim back at you, and I'm betting that you and I just simply follow different people on social media sites. So I'm getting a skewed version, possibly. You're possibly getting a skewed version. Because of that, we're arguing about it, because I guess my version is there's people that enter the country illegally. They're calling them illegals. He's going after illegals. Now, they might be nice people, and it might not be ethical to go after nice people that just are simply here. That's another debate altogether. But his point when he got elected was, I'm going to go after illegal immigrants, people who are here, they're not American citizens. All I'm saying is,
if you feel like that's what he's doing, man, cool.
I don't know that that's what he's doing, because I can't believe anything.
That's a good answer.
That is out there, and I hope that's what he's doing. I hope he's doing only what he said he would do, and I can only take things at face value. As far as what LA is going through, we're coming in. And then people are like, well, I'm protesting that you're coming in. And it's like, is that what's going on when bricks, again, show up on the streets on fucking pallets and things like that? Who's bringing the bricks? Who's, it's very strange. Like think what Wes said is the government lying to... There's two governments. There's a Democrat government, there's a Republican government. And one government's trying to do one thing, and another government's trying to do one thing, and we sure as shit aren't meeting in the middle and fucking figuring it out together. And I just feel like, the Democratic Party is feeding their narrative, the Republican Party is feeding their narrative, and because two sides are feeding competing but equal narratives, nobody knows what the fuck's going on, and that leads us to this conversation where why don't we believe anything? The aristocrats.
Yeah, that kind of goes back to what Alan started off with, the oligarch thing. Yeah, because you've given us reason to question fucking everything that's force-fed to us, right or wrong. And David Bowie talked about the internet being...
Seems like a tactic, but
But I guess, presented by, I guess that's where I'm confused, is presented by who? And if we actually had a good news media, like journalists, like sniffing these things out, like without any kind of
financial incentive or influence,
yes, or bias in one capacity or another, and it feels like all the people who were unbiased in their reporting got kicked out of every news organization they worked at and are now online. And then, unfortunately, because they're online, like I said, Alan, you're watching specific individuals. I'm watching specific individuals. We're getting two tails of the same tape, and it's not fucking adding up. And you go back to COVID, and look at the lies that were told there, that we now know were lies, that you and I, Alan, vehemently argued about 4 years ago. And now come to find out that,
Which
maybe I was... Wuhan lab leak versus wet market, 100% effective, no transmission.
I thought we already all knew that though.
But
at
not
some
at one
point in
time.
did we believe the lab leak thing, or the wet market thing? I don't think at any point in time did I believe that.
No, I'm not saying that every one of those things you believed a la carte. I'm just saying, generally speaking, we were presented this narrative of, this is what it is, and we were supposed to buy it. And think about this. If the internet wasn't here, and you can say what you want about Joe Rogan really hammering at that nail, if somebody like that wasn't out there constantly chipping away at the tail. If this was 1985, we would have believed everything they said and just fucking hook, line, and sinker. That was the story. Move on with life.
I think that gets back to the point I made originally, which was there was the chink in the armor. Now, there is. It's right to be skeptical about your government. You always should be. Period. But we've gone the polar opposite, where a vast majority of the country just doesn't trust it at all. Well, and you have people capitalizing on that, and now the country's in a very funny spot. So let's see where it goes. Is all I'm saying.
See, but the skepticism led fucking momos to believe that they could read and digest medical literature, and they couldn't.
Also true.
I mean, it wasn't necessarily the skepticism was fine, but it was the far end of it, digging the here's COVID's fake. COVID's as bad as
I think we've gotten into it at some point in time in every facet at some across the years since COVID-ish, but it isn't just one thing. Our media is fucking bought and paid for. Our politicians are bought and paid for. Our education is fucking trash. So you have a big fucking pot of influential fucking population, honestly. That's just how I see it from a fucking academic standpoint. You have a fucking moderately educated populace who can fucking consumes fucking media like it's going out of fucking style, and that media is skewed one way or the other because of money from fucking sources this way or that way. So of course this population, the United States is literally ripe for fucking authoritarianism. It's fucking hilarious that people don't see it. And maybe we do end up there, maybe we don't. Who knows? We'll see what the fuck happens. But we've done all the legwork. We might as well just go for it.
Well, while you were talking, I literally got a text message that is absolutely relevant to what we're talking about. Because for some reason, my phone number is signed up to every Democratic platform. I think somebody played a joke on me at some point and signed me up.
Probably.
That's a good joke. That's a good joke.
Really good.
It's hilarious when I get 20 some a week. Here you go. Gavin Newsom here, asking if there's anything I can say to convince you to donate and help me continue to fight back against the attacks and threats from the President Donald Trump. I can't do this alone. If everyone getting this text donates $10 or $20, we'd have the resources to continue to fight against the Trump administration and the attacks and then go on the offense. So please, standing up to Trump matters. Yeah, blah, 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 blah.
That's all politicians. Don't you get the Trump emails, bro?
I don't get a single one from the Republican Party. I swear to God.
I think that checks out. I think Gavin Newsom has your contact. I mean, that seems legit.
That's you. Maybe, yeah, dude. Maybe he heard you on the radio back in the day and was that's my guy. That guy's got a real down-to-earth opinion, and I want him to support, is what I'm saying.
But again, what we're talking about, so there's this thing going on. He's not asking anybody to, support the cause or push back against this specific issue. It's the only way that we can push back against the thing that you're seeing on the TV right now, where my city is on fire, is by giving me money so that in the future I can then make a difference. Not right now. No. I'm going to need to become president in 3.5 years, and then I can help you. But
that's basically it.
You see what's happening right now.
Yeah, I don't want to get into an argument of semantics. It's not his city. He's not the mayor. He's the governor. But okay.
Good point.
Then is it not the consumer's responsibility to understand that money is probably going elsewhere? That's not going to Gavin Newsom's support train.
No, I mean, I get it, but like Alan's saying that most of the population's dumb enough to be like, yeah, we got to give him the money now. You know, like, let's give my $10 and $20 out and send it off to old G money.
That works both ways. You know what I mean? Like,
sure
that's why, like at this point, like, and I think for a long time, I mean, for the initial part of like us getting any kind of political, Murr would be like, "But what about this?" And I'd be like, "I hate them too, buddy. I fucking hate all of them. I don't care if there's an R or a D in front of their name. They're all pieces of fucking shit." Like, and it's the same thing. That guy is a genuine piece of garbage. Like, I think he's fucking terrible, but he's at least fucking standing up and saying something to what the fuck's going on right now. And I'll give him that piece of credit. But like, he's still a piece of shit. Fucking, it is what it is.
But see, then again, and I'm kind of playing devil's advocate, so don't ram your fist down my throat, Alan. But like,
well, you do what you do. The consequences are your own.
No, but I'm just saying, like, I don't even remember what my point is at this juncture now. I just like, because we're talking in circles because it's. But I don't know. It just feels like we're pawns in the game. We are. Watching professional wrestling, Gavin Newsom is just a handsomer, slicker version of the opposite side of the Trump coin, and he's just not as bombastic, and he thinks he's using that to his advantage, and nothing. I don't know, man. I guess the heart of what I'm getting at here is like. I don't feel like we can trust anything. Now, I'm not going to go back in time and revisionist history every fucking event that's ever occurred on the face of the planet. I think there are some things that we can take at face value, but I don't know. I guess I feel bad for the people who don't believe anything anymore, because why should I expect them to, considering the nature of the information sharing that we're dealing with?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's gotten out of hand. Yeah. It's a free flow form of consumption and supplying of information that's more or less unfiltered. Now, people do. I know that some of the social media platforms have have filtering process, which drives the skeptics nuts. Like, I go, well, why are they muzzling me? Why are they putting a muzzle on me? Well, social media is the private industry, and they can muzzle free speech. But
not in Trump's America.
That's right. Do you remember there was a David Bowie interview from like 1997 where they asked him about the internet? Do you remember what he said? He said, "Oh, it's equal parts
it's fucking awful." Yeah.
He said equal parts fascinating and terrifying. Yeah. I feel like this is going to get like an age where anything can get out there, and the consumer won't have the wherewithal to believe it or not believe it.
It's like AI now. Like, we're like, oh man, how cool is that? We can make videos that look like fucking so and so doing such and such. Like, and it looks somewhat real, except he's got 8 fingers. Like, you know what I mean? Fucking, we're right now doing the same thing, and then when inevitably iRobot comes around, we're gonna be like, oh, we should have fucking thought of it. It's the same thing with the internet. Like, the internet was always this fucking tool that was going to be unleashed, and something crazy was going to happen. Like, I watched, a documentary on them making Twitter, and they were just like, yeah, we were doing this, and then we were doing this, and then we were like, holy fuck.
Look what we did.
We just fucking changed the world, and like, here we are. It always starts with the best intentions. That's fucking innovation, right? Like,
Well, I guess at the end of the day, you can kind of maybe go all the way back in time and pat some of those old church clerics on the back. That Gutenberg, that son of a bitch. Because if you think about it, like, the internet really is just the modern day library. It's a lot more books and a lot more fucking cocktail napkins with random shit written on them. Because in the same building that you can get the Anarchist Cookbook, you can get yourself some Mark Twain. So
it is. And it was supposed to be that. But I think the problem has happened is that, like, social media tailored and almost fucking conditioned up the human population for, like, quick. And so quick that then you started to lose the nuance of shit. Like, You've seen ads where it's like, oh, don't have time to read that book? Read these Cliff Notes. And it's like, yeah, if you got a quiz tomorrow, read the Cliff Notes. Great. Fucking hit the highlights. Read the fucking book. Read fucking, Huckleberry Finn. Read fucking Of Mice and Men. Read Animal Farm. Read fucking Fahrenheit 51. Read these books because they fucking will inform your fucking worldview. You know what I mean?
I get it, Alan. Government's bad. Don't listen to anybody. I understand.
You hate them more than I
do. Burn them books. Burn them fuckers. On the AI robot note, we will take a brief pause for our friend or foe. And actually, on that note, my dog, who insisted that he stay down here with me, busted the most unholy of holy ass.
Nice.
That is making me want to vomit. So we'll take a quick 15-second pause. We'll be right back with more Middle Class Holes.
Like a warm, creamy chutney. Get ready for another spoonful of the Middle Class Holes.
Let's get to it. This is your friend or foe. Going to read a news story to you. See if you agree or disagree. Friend or foe. And this little jammy jam comes straight to us from our brand new future overlord, Amazon. And they are reportedly training humanoid robots to deliver your package.
Right.
I mean, you talked about iRobot, Alan, and it looks like future Amazon orders will be delivered to your door by a humanoid robot workforce.
That's what's going to start it. I forget what happened in iRobot. Will fucking Smith said something, and fucking that one robot was like, "What you say, bitch?" And then he was like, "Oh, you're sentient." He figured it out, right? That's what's going to happen. They're going to fucking deliver boxes. One of them's going to break like a fucking fragile lamp, and Karen's going to smack the shit out of an AI robot, and then we're all dead. That's what's going to happen.
That's our week's friend or foe. We'll be back with fun. No,
we'll get to the commentary in a moment there, Alan. Amazon's developing AI software that will enable robots to operate as package delivery workers that are ferried around in Rivian electric vans. So automated vans driving automated robots, and will soon be ready to start real-world testing at a new facility. Citing an anonymous source, quote, involved in the effort, the information, which is the website reporting this, says that Amazon has almost finished constructing indoor humanoid parks, and they will use those as, kind of like their little obstacle course in order to train the robots. The report coincides with Amazon launching a new agentic AI team to help develop technologies that will power robots, quote, operating in Amazon distribution and logistics hubs. Amazon says that instead of rigid, specialized robots, we're creating systems that can hear, understand, and act on natural language commands, turning warehouse robots into flexible, multi-talented assistants. So, friend or foe, I'm going to make it real simple. Just because you can do it, should you do it? Friend is yes. We're trying to advance society, advance efficiency. This is what the world wants, whether they believe it or not, and this is what we're going to give them. Or foe, no. 1, people need jobs. 2, the technology is not tried and true. 3, fuck that shit. Alan?
Whatever fuck that shit was, I forget which one you said.
That's foe.
Yeah. Well, we just got done a discussion about how social media has got us on the brink of nuclear war in the Middle East and a potential economic collapse and civil unrest in the current greatest empire on the planet. I'm pretty sure internet connected humanoid robots is going to be a bad idea. I'm just going out on a limb. That's all I'm saying. That's it.
What? I mean, is this replacing jobs?
I mean, yes.
Yes and no. Mainly, I would think, though.
It can't be both, yes.
Well, I mean, it sounds like they are going to have, like, human beings, like, driving them to the location in these electric cars, which Rivian, I don't think, has quite the autonomous driving capabilities of, like, those whatever cars they're burning in L.A. right now.
But logic dictates. All right, say that you have a fleet of 100 Amazon trucks that goes out right now, and you have fucking... what? Sometimes 2 dudes on those Amazon trucks around Christmas time hucking fucking packages. Yeah. Right? Now you got one fucking guy. You probably got the robots loading the fucking trucks now, so you don't even have warehouse workers. You just got... that's it. Now you've eliminated fucking 100 extra fucking side seat drivers and however many warehouse workers those robots have just eliminated. So sure, there's going to be humans doing some stuff, significantly less humans doing anything. The robots are going to be doing it.
Well, I think you at least reduce payroll because you won't be paying people as much because they won't be doing as much work that, you know.
Do you think they're giving, you think Amazon's handing out quarterly checks to the population, be like, hey guys, we saved some money, here you go. Fucking, I mean, yes, good for them, I guess, but it doesn't help us, Mer.
Yeah, this scares me in the way of, like, okay, and I'm not going to use Bezos as an example. I'm sure he and some of the brain trusts that work at Amazon are behind this, but, like, okay, yeah, it's going to help the bottom line, but it's going to fuck the bottom line over. It's like I had this argument like a couple months ago with the government layoffs, and I was like, okay, I'm not saying I'm against it, but these people are tax-paying members of society. Their taxes go into society. They get a paycheck. They spend that paycheck on, you know, small businesses, Amazon, packaging stores, whatever, gasoline, et cetera, et cetera.
Economics works,
and it drives the economy. And if you're either slowly or quickly going to eliminate a workforce that's been dominating the world for what I dominating for 5 years, has been a significant part of it for the last 15. That scares me. Unless you can actually convince me that jobs aren't going to be lost, I gotta foe it. I'm not against getting my shit quicker and more effectively. But I'm against, 15,000 people, and that's probably modest being laid off.
But see, I think the answer, right, and dare I say it, is regulation. Like, as much as you hate it,
I don't hate regulation. There's a balancing act of regulations.
First of all,
I will say that.
I wasn't talking directly to you, Mer. So
you looked right at me. I saw you.
That guilty conscience of yours just
no. I saw you. I saw where your face was on the screen. I was like, looking right the fucking.
It fucking just vomited out of your throat. That conservatism was like, oh, regulation.
I was actually thinking about you. No, I was actually thinking about you earlier in regulation. I was like, Alan thinks that like everything's regulated or deregulated. Well, how's those regulations working, Alan? I was yelling in the mirror at you for no reason. Yeah. Anyway, continue.
He was playing Regulators by Warren G. while he did it.
And like, look, of course, there's a balance with everything, but like, maybe we don't let them make robots that take all our jobs. Maybe we just keep an eye on it. You know what I mean? We say, hey, Peter Thiel, what you doing over there with everyone's social security numbers? Let's see what's happening. That's all I'm saying. Maybe just, hey Bezos, what you got over there? Why does my wife get fucking golf ads when I look up golf stuff? Seems fishy. That's all I'm saying. Maybe somebody should look at some stuff every now and then and just be like, hey guys, what you doing back there? Can we see behind the curtain? Oh, you don't want us to see behind the curtain? Well, neither did Saddam. Like, come on, guys.
Who didn't have weapons of mass destruction, by the way.
Did not have weapons of mass destruction.
Told you.
Or he sent them to Syria. I'm just saying.
I mean, they got them from us anyway.
Hey, stop! Hey, careful what curtain you pull back, sir.
Jesus, yeah, I know. I told you I got to get clearance here.
So behind curtain one, it's a AI robot that delivers your mail and packages. Behind curtain three, it's mustard gas. Woo! Check it out.
Mm-hmm.
See, I understand fully Alan's "fuck that shit" attitude, and Wes, I do agree mainly with your point but I have a third option. I think that we should accidentally leak this technology to the countries that we already buy our shit from to bring the price of goods down even further, continue to work our own jobs, pay us not an exorbitant wage, but a little bit more than we're making now, because if Jeff Bezos wants me to continue to buy random shit on a Saturday night after a heavy night of boozing on my White Claws, I need to make enough money to afford to buy the stuff that he wants me to buy to continue to raise his stock. Because if you do eliminate, I don't know, hey, delivery guy jobs, I can't buy your shit anymore. And if they use all this AI tech and all this advancement to get rid of regular-ass human working jobs, nobody's going to have the money to spend on the stuff they want us to buy. So they really need to take a hard look in the mirror and say, just because we can, should we? Though I do think making shit more efficient is great. So you either have to pay the people you keep in the workforce more money, which I'd be grateful for, or you need to keep more people in the workforce to just simply have money. And it's starting to feel like we are the richest country in the world because we keep developing technologies like this, but it doesn't seem like everybody has the money. And if you're not careful, the guys that already have the most money are going to have all the money, and nobody's going to have any money to keep giving them money. And I'm not asking for a redistribution of wealth, but there does need to be some balance to this fucking thing. Yeah, I know, Alan. I'm not as conservative as you think I am, Alan. I just don't agree with all your shitty points.
That's got. I might sound, but I'm not as conservative as you think I am.
I don't even know what to say to that.
Yeah,
well, listen. I do actually have something to say to that. Welcome,
but do you think like a country?
Don't call me comrade. Fucking pinko.
I'm just saying, bud.
Draft dodger. Do you think like a country like Australia would be like, mate, let's get these robots in here and have them deliver our shit. Oh yeah, I don't want to deal with the scorpions and the crocs and the dingoes.
I think it just depends on. Yeah, I do. I think it depends on what your country does. Like, what's their export? Like, what do we export? We export entertainment. That's all we fucking export. We don't make anything here anymore, right? I mean, we're all Hollywood.
We do export a fuck ton of oil.
Yeah, we do that. We do that.
We export a ton of corn, actually, solely.
Shrimp.
Yeah, I mean, those are probably the biggest one.
So so it's in reality, yes, we are.
I don't think shrimp's up there with corn. I just threw that out there.
All right, here you go. You want to know? Here's a quick top 5-ish. Oil and gas. So crude petroleum, refined petroleum, petroleum gas, aircraft and parts, commercial aircraft and aircraft parts, pharmaceuticals.
Okay.
Well, yeah. I mean, nobody makes fucking planes outside of the United States. I think like
Pratt Whitney.
Yeah,
Pratt Whitney has engines, but
yeah, like, there's like fucking one fucking company in England that makes planes. Everybody. Well, that's a lie. I think the Dubai's make
yeah,
some.
and China's gotten on board pretty quick too.
But largely, I think that's a lie too, because I think most of like Emirates and Dubai Air is fucking Boeing's. The bulk of that fleet is Boeing's, so they bought them from us.
Yeah, but is the bulk of their company still here? I mean, that's another question you got to ask yourself.
That's a good question.
Boeing, and then it's Rolls Royce or Pratt Whitney engine, I think.
Sorry, fucking shut.
Sorry, yeah,
pharmaceuticals is number 3. 4 is medical instruments and supplies. And 5 vehicle parts, vehicle parts.
So
those
I
are your
mean,
top 5.
I mean.
But all mostly specialized, if you think about it.
And
like,
most of
other
that
than oil and gas.
And the production of most of that stuff is kind of already been automated for decades. And so now you're talking about automating the things that haven't been automated yet. And so then we got... So,
that's what the concern is. You know what I mean? Like,
no, I agree.
Because that's what I think a lot of people fail to understand is like, well... Why did we ship off all our manufacturing to China and India? Because we as a populace had gotten to a point in cultural evolution where we were like, okay, we can outsource this and then be specialized in aircraft parts and pharmaceuticals and medical instruments, like things that are very highly specialized. And we stopped being these bulk manufacturers of things. And now we're like, well, why can't we fucking do shoes here? And it's like, because it'll cost $1 trillion. Do you know how much all of us want to? Do you know how much all of us want to be paid? We're all fucking ridiculously spoiled. Shoes would cost $1 million fucking dollars. We'd be barefoot. Like, that's why we can't bring it back here, because we literally threw it over there for that reason. Like, here we are, guys.
We need to bring back moccasins, I think is what you're saying.
Yeah, I do.
Well,
beaver pelts, you know, trade in beaver pelts. North America was rich in them. Like, where are we at here?
You know what's crazy too is, like, actually, if they charge, how much a pair of Jordans cost now? $200.
Depends on the
Depends
ones,
upon
but yeah, some
the
of
ones
them,
you want.
yeah.
The four I own were north of $100. One, I'm not even going to tell you how much. No.
So,
Yeah.
I mean,
700.
the point.
Good Lord, I know. I almost got this fucking shattered backboard.
Elizabeth.
Oh, boy.
Jesus Christ. No, the thing is like, we still charge the same amount for the product that costs. What do you think it costs them to make them over?
Nothing.
You know.
Nothing, because when fucking China was like, oh, y'all want to play tariff games? Hey, TikTok, check this out. You can buy Jordans from here for fucking $10. And we'll tell you how to do it. We already opened warehouses to be middlemen. Ship them to our warehouse. We'll ship them to you. No fucking extra fucking duty fees. Good to go, bud. Here's your $10 Jordans.
Dude, you guys want to hear a crazy story? Okay. I'm going to tell you anyway. I delivered a package to a guy that was living in an apartment complex, and he was as Chinese as it fucking gets. Like, letter or fucking symbols for a name on a fucking package that I was delivering to this guy. When he opened the door, it was literally like a corridor that you could fit a human body through, ceiling to floor, nothing but Nike boxes. And I guarantee they were legit Nikes. And this dude must have, like, I'm willing to bet that he was sent here to fucking, like, just purge the market in some capacity, make some extra cash with fucking, like, just extra Jordans that got made that day. It was wild. And you know that, because Alan, I think you're right. I think it's like, hey, what's our quota for today? 100 Jordans. Well, let's make 200 and sell them on Temu. That's what we're going to do. And we'll sell them for half the fucking price. Point is we could make these things here, and we could sell them for the exact same price. It's just Nike would have to take half the fucking profits that they currently make. These things can be done, but if you start making robots, I just don't know what we're going to do if we allow technology to replace, like, everything we already do.
No, that's the $1 million, not even the $1 million question. That's the fucking multi-billion-dollar question. What are we going to do? The common Joe. I listened to the CEO of my company tell a brand new employer that, like, she might want to focus on something else because AI is going to take that over in a couple of years. She's like, hey, that 4-year degree you got just now was trash. I know you're in student debt. I'm not saying you're not a smart person. You probably are. You'll figure it out. But you might want to, pigeonhole this into something else. I was like, God damn. And what are we going to do? I don't know.
But I'm going to shock you guys. I'm going to say friend, because I feel like if we're going to continue to compete on a global stage, we got to start somewhere with this technology. And if Amazon thinks that they can get robots that can traverse stairs and dog shit and old ladies who want to fucking talk about their day and what happened to Mr. Wriggle when he had his heart attack last week, I think we got to figure it out now before other countries do, because it's coming. It's going to be a global thing. If Boeing and Amazon don't fucking figure it out here, they'll figure it out in India. They'll figure it out in fucking China.
Here's going to be the real crux of it, and I may be a little bit snake bitten. Alan, you may be able to chime in on this as well. Unless they start getting into, like, facial recognition system, package stealers. I've gotten stuff scraped off my front stoop from time to time. One of these robots comes up and someone, not me, says, "Hi, I'm Mr. Fox." "Oh, you're Mr. Wesley Fox?" "Mm-hmm. Yep, I live here." "Oh, here you go. Here's your package. Have a great day, sir." That's going to be Gen 1. That's going to be the bullshit. We're going to be the sandbox. My Strixon golf balls are going to be in someone else's fucking garage.
This is what I'm saying, dude. We're not like humans aren't stable enough. Like that's going to happen. Like I know what your house looks like. You have a nice little steep staircase out front of your house. It's going to fucking deliver you the wrong thing, and you're going to be like, "Hey, robot, this is wrong." And it's going to be like, "Oh, delivered, blah blah blah," and try to turn around, and you're gonna fucking kick it off your porch, and Amazon's gonna send the goon squad, and they're gonna fucking yoke you up for fucking up a robot, or the robot's gonna rip your arm off like a gorilla. I get it. We want easy shit. We're playing with fire.
If they send the goon squad, they better send Bender with the fucking gangster voice.
Hey
now, huh? I heard you roughed up one of my boys. See?
give him the clamps.
The clamps. Clip it this, clip it that, clamp it. Hey, clamps. You're gonna give him the clamps?
Just fucking clamps.
Well, I'd say the foes have it, which they do. We're all doomed. And that's your friend or foe.
All right,
yeah,
stick
nice.
around. We got some facts from not the time warp. Sorry, I'm still playing catch up on your new book. But anyway, Fun Fact Friday coming this way after a quick break.
It's a case of very little brain going bad.
Go pump some neurons. Expand your craniums.
And now, Fun Fact Friday.
Let's get to it, my friends. Let's expand our minds with 1,500 mind-blowing facts for the curious. It's time for Fun Fact Friday, brought to you, of course, by our good friend the Cuckster. Make sure you check out the Cuckster. He's on Instagram. He's on TikTok. It's Cuckster for Life. That's Cuckster for Life on both TikTok and the Instagram. Cuckster, up to anything new and adventurous this week, Wesley?
Hey, Cuckster chimed in on Diddy parties. He was fascinated by Freak Off and a Mandingo that was paid for. By the way, he was a little bit salty about the fact that the Diddy was giving money rather than receiving money for the plowing services.
A true
but
cuck.
he also had a whimsical jingle about every cuck you take, I'll be watching you.
Dude. I have a question for do you know? I don't know if you know, but does the Cuckster's wife ever? I've heard tell of a role called a cuck queen, which is basically a cuck but a lady, a lady cuck. So do the roles ever reverse with the Cuckster? Does Mrs. Cuckster ever cuck the Cuckster?
Now, I know Wes has intimate knowledge of this, but I'm gonna answer this question for you there. I think that the Cuckster's wife isn't exactly fond of the Cuckster. I think that
got it.
The ability for the Cuckster to maintain her is her ability to maintain cock that's not cuck cock. So he just lets her do whatever she damn well pleases.
Say no more.
So while this may be a very, maybe not well known, but while this be a thing within the cuck world, do they participate in it? I don't think so. I think the Cuckster just puts his fat rear end in that chair and pops through a cheesesteak and watches magic happen.
Just goes to town on himself.
By the way, Fun Fact Friday also being brought to you by the Shin Splints Recovery Group. Don't want to forget about our tried and true, most storied sponsor. And I'm bringing this up because apparently a gaggle of old ladies have discovered the Shin Splints Recovery Group and have been asking a lot of questions recently about shin splints and how to handle them. So if you'd like some fake medical knowledge from a fake medical site, Shin Splints Recovery Group on Facebook. Let's get to it. 5 fun facts for you fuckers on a Friday. And this is coming to you from the Science and Mysteries section, Space Exploration, Genetics, and Natural Phenomena. Did you know we're all related? Sort of. Our genome is similar to that of other species, including fruit flies and bananas.
Banana.
I had a banana today as a post-meal kind of dessert, and I thought, I'm eating myself here.
Eat your cousin, bro.
kind of gagged myself a little bit with it. Yeah, I thought so.
Okay, I mean, if I could gag me with me, I guess I would too.
Yeah, I think
that should be a clip. Let's fucking timestamp that while you're at it.
Yeah, I got it right now. Yeah, if I could gag me with me, I would do. And well, actually, I by the way, fun fact: I lost a $100 bet that was supposed to last 1 year. That no man could deep throat himself, and I lost that bet within 5 minutes.
Dude, the internet. I mean, there's something for everybody there, especially people.
Well, I thought maybe someone could get close, but didn't have the flexibility to get all the way down to the balls. And yeah, no, I don't know. My best guess, Romanian, Slovakian of some sort. He like all the way down.
Well, I was gonna say, have you not seen Cirque du Soleil? Like, I mean, these guys have put themselves like literally in boxes or suitcases. Like, I mean, I would have, if I was your financial advisor at that moment in time, I definitely would have convinced you to go another way.
That's who I lost the bet to, so I don't have much of a choice. And it's a $100 lesson learned. There are people out there that can deep throat themselves. I did see, to go back to your fact, I also saw another one about the amount of people in the United States that are related to anyone that came over on the Mayflower. It's like 80% ish.
Wow. I believe it. There's also
because of all that fucking,
all that Puritan fucking too, man.
Yeah,
a lot of soaking going on.
Yeah.
Oh, I learned this today. The Shakers. Do you remember the Shakers? Like the stories of the Shakers. So like they were so consumed by the Holy Spirit that their body convulsed and da da da. Well, they were celibate, which is why they didn't make it. Isn't that fucking crazy? Like, they created, like, this religious sect, and they're like, we ain't having no sex. And then they didn't create more people, therefore their religious sect just died out. I mean, there were sure some fucking, I mean, they stuck around longer than I guess the mission statement suggested. But, yep, they died out because not enough of them were banging.
That's why you got to get on one of those, like a Utah cult. I feel like a Mormon type thing where it's just, the fucking's prevalent, but it's very, very segued.
Yeah, well, you got to be married, but you got to remember, like, OG Mormonism, man, it was like, I'm going to soak with a lot of ladies.
No, I'm not talking about traditional Mormonism, if that's such a thing. I'm talking about the cults where they build these communities. They have no internet. They have no television, and the leaders are like, yeah, I mean, I control all the women, and if you want to get to heaven, you need to have 3 wives, and I control who you marry or don't marry.
Oh, dude, sure you're still not talking about old school Mormonism?
Yeah, I mean, that's pretty much it, actually.
That's the grassroots. Okay.
Yeah, actually, you should do a quick Wikipedia glance at that.
I should read some books. I should read some books.
Well, I just gave you the Cliff Notes, so don't worry about it.
Yeah, that's all you need. No more details. Yeah, man, that's
I don't know what that has to do with bananas and fruit flies, but did you know males statistically experience more mutations, roughly twice as many? Scientists think that it's likely due to their higher number of cell divisions in the male germline.
I did.
Give me an example of a mutation.
I don't know. I guess in males, like a strong throwing arm, everybody can throw. So, why did men become so good at fucking wielding shit versus the ladies? That was off the top of my head.
I don't think that's probably it at all.
Well, I'm just saying. You said give me an example of a mutation, and I'm saying every human can throw something, but only men can throw 100 at their peak. The elbow's different in males than it is in females.
Okay.
I mean, I guess, but I don't know that that's necessarily gene specific. Like, more so than it is just we're men and we have testosterone and larger bones and muscles. And, you know what I mean?
I mean,
says the 5'5" fucking guy. Yeah. No, I think there are certain there are certain disorders that are fucking more prevalent in men that are gene mutations, like Parkinson's, I believe, and Alzheimer's are more prevalent in men. I think an extra X chromosome is a male thing, if I remember correctly. Other than that, I don't got any other cool ones. But the extra X is like you get big old balls, but you might be infertile. Like
it's always a trade-off.
You have giant nuts, but they're useless. Basically, is what I remember about it. So, like, yeah, I think that's more gene mutation, not like I got strong throwing arm.
Okay, hold on. Let me pause a second. The point would be in that is that when men were hunting and using things to throw in order to hunt from a distance to kill bigger prey, that since the men were doing it more often and they were the ones banging the ladies because I got this saber-toothed cat, look at me. Like, they passed those genes on more prevalently, and so men became the throwers and women became the cookers, which is how we need to get back to in America. You're welcome.
Nice.
Did you know? Genetic sequencing provides insights into humanity's creation, showing our connection with other life forms and our evolution from monkeys nearly 25 million years ago. That was a pointless fact I should have pre-read previous to this segment. So, yeah. So anyway, we learned stuff by looking at it. Good job, guys.
We learned stuff by doing research.
Reading books.
Not your own research, professional research by professionals with understandings of scientific concepts.
Well, I would say if you want to do a throwback here, it would be because of the sequencing, we realize that we're very closely related to fruit flies, bananas, and monkeys, and we wouldn't probably think about the fruit flies and the bananas because that doesn't make any goddamn sense. A monkey makes sense. They're similar motions and shit. Similar look, sort of. I'll move on. Let's keep going here.
There's similarities there.
Did you know sinkholes are real and happen when acidic water erodes soft rock like limestone, forming deep caverns? I always fascinated by the sinkholes because they never look real because they're so perfectly like circular. It's just gone.
Yeah, like a roadside in Chile. Just something that's just like they look like it hit by a fucking asteroid.
Fuck that, dude. There was one like at the Patrick Street exit on 70 in Frederick, like that one time. It was wild. There was like a box truck inside of it. It was fucking insane. Fucking, yeah, dude, sinkholes are wild. I didn't know they were real, and I do think that they're wild.
That's if we happen to be, a passerby and concerned enough to pull over, we'd be like, yep, it's the acidity in limestone. Could see it from a mile away. Look at this place. Let me taste the air here. Yep. Yeah.
Yeah, but I still would feel like they would be like irregular in shape. Like they wouldn't just be like this circular like suck hole that just like deletes humanity and everything inside of its fucking vicinity. I feel like it would be like a crevasse or something, like more angular. But they always seem to be just gone
round.
Yeah.
It's probably just like, one, it's gravity, right? And two, like you said, it feels like underground caverns. So that probably all generally just creates a fucking
like a vacuum,
like a yeah. And not even necessarily, but like just water's fluidity would probably cause it to fucking, I feel like, just tumble around and circle around until eventually it just.
Yep. The solution.
I don't know. I'm literally talking out of my ass, though. I have no fucking idea.
Well, I did see a video of a sinkhole that had not quite it was on a highway, and like you could see that the ground was completely gone, but the asphalt was like I don't know, just like a Lego bridge. And these guys are like literally trying to like stop everyone, like stop. But of course, America, I gotta get to work. I ain't got time to stop.
So I was like, look at this asshole.
I still see the road until it's gone. I ain't fucking stopping. It's like, holy
I've seen
shit.
Speed.
Keep going, baby.
And that fucking Hyundai accent just knows deep.
I think insurance is going to cover this. You said it's limestone. Limestone's the important one because I'm curious. I'm curious if there's parts of the country that this isn't prevalent, like the limestone in the Midwest or something like that.
I mean, it doesn't have to be limestone. It just has to be a soft rock that the acidic water,
limestone.
Yeah, they'll eat through.
Yeah, because the reason I say this is because I was on a bourbon tour in Louisville, and the tour guide was talking about how limestone naturally filters the water, which is why the water there is perfect for bourbon brewing, and it filters out all impurities. And I don't remember what else. She said a few things, but the one I cued in on was iron. And then in a group of 30 people, I was like, and that's important because if that doesn't happen, Magneto could control you. I got one laugh.
That seems fair.
Yeah.
One laugh seems... One laugh. And depending on who laughed, I might be like, oh, of course he did.
It was kill me.
Oh, yeah. See, that doesn't even count. That's like a negative laugh, actually.
Well,
it takes a laugh away from a joke that you tell that's better.
Well, I was at we were at a conference. It was a conference of broadcasters. And we were all sitting around the table. We ought to go around and introduce ourselves. And now keep in mind, this was about 10 years ago, so this was a little more relevant at the time. I gave the pity laugh because everybody went around like, hey, I'm so... And one guy went, I am Groot. And I was like,
God. Damn it.
And then he was just like, oh, no Marvel fans? So I was like, I gave him the chuckle.
Like,
but Alan,
shut the fuck up.
it was well timed. I'll give him credit. Nobody else there was. Honestly,
Groot, that's Norwegian or something.
Yes.
Like that?
And finally, Alan, you actually kind of alluded to this, but did you know whirlpools can form naturally in narrow straits and fast-flowing waters, or at the base of waterfalls? The catch: the swirling speed rarely exceeds 20 miles an hour. It does look faster than that.
They do. But you can't swim 20 miles per hour.
No,
so
you fucking can't.
That's the kicker.
Yeah.
I always wonder, okay, so let's say, because I've seen, like, some lakes where, like, there's, like, a whirlpool, like, right in the middle of it. It's like, what the fuck is that? And I guess there's, like, a confluence of, like, water flow that causes it. So, okay, let's say you're out there, you're getting sucked into this thing. You take a hunker, deep-ass breath. Like, how far does this fucker take you down to where you don't, like, that you can get away from it?
I don't know. It depends on, I guess, the body of water. Because I remember my parents talking about, like, there's a bunch of lagoons in fucking Nicaragua, like, where they're from. And, like, some of them motherfuckers are deep and treacherous, and mad people have drowned in them because of things like that. It just kind of sucks them down. And so, yeah, man, I don't know. I don't fuck with water. I don't get in oceans. I gotta be pretty goddamn drunk to get in a pool, honestly. Or I have to be getting drunk in said pool. That's basically how that works. Lakes, fucking absolutely not. Rivers, you're fucking insane, especially East Coast rivers. Gross. Fucking... No, nope. I'm just not a water guy. Give me earth and fire.
Hey,
I like burning wood. That's
Alan,
what I'm about.
You know what? We agree on a few things, but we agree on this. What would you rank yours, though? Okay, river, lake, ocean, pool.
In terms of like which one which one do I hate or like won't do the most?
If you were forced to get into a body of water, what would be your preference from worst to best of those options?
I'll get in the pool.
Okay.
I admitted that one. I will get in the ocean, but not like open ocean. That's not happening. I'll like go wade in the waves. That's about it. That's all that's happening. I'm not getting in the lake. I'm not getting in a fucking river. I might even get in a creek before I get in fucking.
I mean, I'll go.
Yeah, that's it.
I guess you're right. I guess I go pool. No, I go pool. I'll go river because it's fast moving. I feel like anything that wants to fuck with you is going to be like. like gonna cruise on by.
It can swim, but sure. Okay.
Yeah, I know, but like against the current, it's gonna be tough for it. Lake's my last one because it's so still. I guess I'm just I'm both fearful of what I can see and of what I can't see. It's equally
That's my
terrifying.
thing with lakes. They're just black holes in the ground filled with water, and then like Deep Creek is a perfect example. Like you can see the seaweed, it's grown long enough that you can see it from the surface of the water. So like when I get in, I'm gonna be touching nasty ass. Nope, nope, fuck it, nope. Lakes out. And their banks are all fucking scummy because they're gross.
Yeah.
Fucking. Ugh.
Yeah.
Anyway, water people, you guys are idiots.
Agreed.
Just throwing that. Well, not you, Wes. You're a water guy. I know you're a water guy. I'm sorry.
Wait,
not you. You're a cool water guy. I guess.
Will you fuck with all waterways, Wes?
Dude, if I'm on a boat or on a shoreline, I'm getting in that fucker. I'm diving in and floating around for a good bit.
We joked about it in Jamaica a little bit, and we were talking to Sarah about it too. And we joked about it we've joked about it here. It's like both Kelly and Wes, like me and Sarah, we've actually been to the pool here at our apartment, and me and Sarah were like sitting on the side drinking some beers, like feet in the water, and these two are fucking Marco Poloing. This guy's doing fucking laps and shit. And like, I'm just like, ugh, no, just get the fuck out of the water, please. And they're like, hold on, I gotta get in real quick. Quick dip.
I also see it as a quick workout, like a quick 5-minute fucking just swim around and burn around. And that's not the sole reason. I enjoy jumping in like deep. You said Deep Creek Lake, but I was out there last summer on a pontoon boat that we rented, and I got to the highest point and did a fucking sailor dive into, I don't know, I suspect 20 feet of water. Could have been 10. I don't know.
Oh, I will dive into something, but I will get out like as quick as humanly possible. I remember we were out on like whatever Carpenter's Point is, Wes. What is that? Is that the Susquehanna, I guess?
That's where it's more bay than river. It's kind of like a gray area of where the Susquehanna River meets the Chesapeake Bay.
So we were out on jet skis and Reef Rorman was driving the jet ski, and I was like, dude, don't fuck around. I don't want to go in this water. And of course he fucked around, and of course he fucking wrecked the jet ski. I was somehow able to hold on to the bitch bar on the back. The jet ski did a full fucking 180 or fucking flip or 360 flip in the water, and I was still attached to it. And he's like, how the fuck did you do that? Fear's how I did that.
Yeah. Nah, I'm not a big, nope, I'm good. Water.
And that, my friends, is your Fun Fact Friday.
All right, tonight, folks, on Before You Go, if you got a weekend open in early August, specifically the 7th through the 9th, make your way over to Ohio, specifically Sandusky, because Tommy Boy Fest is coming to town. That's right. It commemorates... Yeah, I'm going to right here, Sandusky, Ohio. Callahan Auto Parts, Sandusky, Ohio, commemorating the 30-year anniversary of Tommy Boy. Kicks off on Jackson Street Pier. Don't know what that is. 2 packed days of events all across downtown. Live bands. Hold on. I know you say don't read the entire thing, but okay, here we go. Live music, classic car show, lookalike contest, and a quote Tommy Want Wingy throwdown.
Tommy Want
Wingy. I love it.
Is that a wingy competition or?
Yeah,
it's gotta be. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, because remember he goes into the diner and they don't like, oh, we can fire someone. Why don't you do that when you're selling brake pads? Do that because he convinced the waitress to go fire up the fryer floor.
He said, "What's your name, Helen? You look like a Helen. You know." Can I tell you, Helen, why I suck as a salesman?
It's like, well, I figured we have the Meat Lovers pizza in the trunk, so it's not a big deal if we don't get the wings. I mean, listen, I'm not one for gimmicky things, as I wear a Tommy Boy Callahan Auto Sandusky, Ohio T-shirt.
You are
specifically pretty, but I actually saw something really good the other day, like on AP Bio, where it's like philosophically, like having mundane or pointless celebrations to avoid our impending death. Sometimes I don't give a fuck. This is actually really fun. What do you guys think? You're not going to visit. None of us are.
No.
I'm not going to make a pilgrimage to Sandusky, Ohio for a Callahan Auto Tommy Boy Day fucking celebration. But if I found my...
Hold on, it's Tommy Boy Fest.
Sorry,
all right?
I apologize. But if I found myself within 30 miles of Sandusky, Ohio, and I happened to hear an advertisement on the radio, I'm going to turn to you or Alan or Dewey or whomever I'm with and be like, hey, you want to go to Tommy Boy Fest? I'll show up to that shit if I'm there.
100%.
But if I'm from Ohio and I live, like, I don't know, we live pretty close to fucking Puxatawney, Pennsylvania. None of us have gone to see the groundhog.
That's a good point.
But if I lived within a 50-mile radius of Puxatawney, we probably would have been 2-3 times in our almost 40 years each of being on Earth.
Yeah.
Trolling PETA.
Yes. I mean, what's a Maryland thing? Have you guys been to the Eagles Wing Fest thing that they do?
Wing Bowl?
Yeah, Wing Bowl. Have you guys been to Wing Bowl?
We've been to Wing Bowl.
Wing Bowl's in Philly. Yeah, I've been to Wing Bowl.
See, that's what I'm saying.
Twice.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
You guys are in Baltimore. You've been to fucking Wing Bowl. You're not even Eagles fans. So I'm saying these are good events.
I don't know. What is a Maryland thing?
It doesn't exist anymore, but Canal Day was that was the Eastern
that's
Shore
the
type thing.
up there, right?
They do the thing, the dive in the bay thing, like.
You mean like the Special Olympics? Yeah, I've done that.
Yeah. So, I mean, that's a thing. That's a local thing that happens. I mean, because, like, Sandusky, Ohio ain't got a fucking frozen bay to dive into.
I did that and Deep Creek dunk.
Look at you. You got in the creek. I'm proud of you.
I got in the creek. It was gross.
It was frozen, so,
a lot less creatures. You're not, and you have shoes on, so it's a little different. Well, you should have shoes on. You can do it without shoes, but you're dumb.
Agreed.
Yeah, I did the Bay Bridge 10K.
The
thing I wanted to glean from this though is that the lookalike contest. You've got to think that there are people who have just been like chomping at the bit, be like, wait a minute, a Tom Callahan lookalike, Chris Farley type thing. Holy shit, let's fucking do it, Richard. I've got a plan. Holy shnikes. Is that for me? And then you bring a Bo Derek lookalike if you're that fortunate.
Nice.
That would be worth the price of admission.
Yeah, well,
that would be that's what I want to go see.
Well, even like a David Spade lookalike, you could come as a duo. I could wear a wig. I'm small enough. Dainty.
That would work.
Yeah.
Get a blazer and khakis. Yeah, good to go.
Right. I'm going back to my nerdery and hang out with my nerd friends.
Well, okay, here's the big question, too. What else does Sandusky, Ohio have going on?
Nothing.
I
don't fucking know.
You pick your battles, man.
The Cuckster had his 15-town tour, and Sandusky wasn't one of them. So, unfortunately, I don't know the history of Sandusky and what it does or doesn't do. I don't even know where it is in the state.
Shit. It is home to Cedar Point, the world-renowned amusement park.
Oh. So renowned, I had no goddamn idea.
Oh, you've never heard of Cedar Point? Yeah, it's kind of wild. It's on the shores of Lake Erie.
Wow, so there's okay.
Cedar Point was the town in Outbreak. I don't know if you guys remember.
Nope,
that movie.
Don't.
Yeah, that's not one you want to celebrate. I don't think.
Yeah, I don't think it's called Cedar Point either. I think that's just the name of the thing.
Okay, we're kind of, I feel like, and I'm not saying you are, but you're kind of mocking this a pinch west. But Philadelphia had a statue of a fictional character at the top of some fucking steps that everybody would fucking climb for a stint there. Like, they celebrate Rocky and shit. So I mean,
Sandusky should have a statue of fucking Tom Callahan and Richard whatever his last name was. They should. Dude, this is my favorite slapstick comedy of all time, bar none. Dumb and Dumber comes in a distant second.
Dude, I mean, you can't watch Tommy Boy and not enjoy Tommy Boy. And if you do, I feel like you should be a part of the ICE raids in Los Angeles right now. See you later.
Yeah.
You're out of the country.
Here's my last question. By the way, August 7th through the 9th, this year coming up, Tommy Boy Fest. Check it out. The one thing I want to ask you guys is, and I've been fucking cocking this all day. His kind of quasi love interest, the girl who looks who works at the plant. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah. Could she get it?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Michelle Brock.
Yeah.
Okay.
Look, bottom line is that was a perfectly cast love interest for that character. Like, because she was, I'd fuck Chris Farley hot.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, if they made the love interest like Bo Derek was going after Tommy, that's fiction. That made it. She's an attractive girl that you would hit on at a bar. That's what she was.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
She's just a little. She's a little broy. Is all. That's all.
You know what? And that's
okay.
That's okay.
Nothing wrong with that.
You know what? Here's a message to ladies out there. Like, we're very forgiving if you're cool. She was a cool chick, dude.
Yeah, that's fair.
That's the balance of. By the way, that's the balance of attractive power. Like, if you look like a foot, you better be the coolest broad that's ever existed, and we'll accept that. We'll go for that. Now, if you look like a marble statue from a fucking like Greek textbook, you're probably dumb as a rock. Like, I mean, never does it really balance like perfect both ways.
I was gonna say something ignorant.
It's okay. Please do. I want to hear
it. Nah, I can't.
You can. You can do it.
Nah,
I got faith in you. I can't. I want you to. I need you to.
I know. I can't.
Alan,
I'll tell you after.
No,
This can't be on air because we have to cut it.
Listen, I feel like the ignorant things you say are the best things you ever said.
No, we have way too many close friends. We'll get fucking roasted.
Okay, okay, all right, okay.
What'd you say?
Enough.
Your Clarence, be careful.
Oh no, it wasn't about that.
Yeah. Be careful. Your clearance.
I know, right? No.
We were talking about whether or not a fictional character was fuckable. Come on,
this is more so about a group of people who like they're beat.
He's gonna say
traditionally speaking, in terms of looks.
He's gonna say it.
But
I know.
they're somewhat cool from time to time, so they get like a pass because like they're cool, but you're beat, so it's a fine line. Like, you know what I mean?
Say it.
No, like hanging out, like just as people. But you know who I'm talking about, probably. It's a group of people.
No,
yeah.
She goes.
Okay.
She
was like, and then she stopped. Yeah.
She put 4 and 4 together. See what I did there?
Anyway.
Yeah. Alan, tell all the folks who might attend Tommy Boy Fest where they can find the Middle Class Holes.
Just search the Middle Class Holes on the internets. Type them into Google or Bing or Ask Jeeves or whatever you use. We're on all your social media platforms and streaming platforms. Just looks up the Middle Class Holes.
Hell yeah. Thank our Dutch fans for continuing to download. Real quick, an RIP to, let's see, Sly Stone and someone from the Beach Boys.
What are you doing?
You said someone from the Beach Boys.
Only
the Beach Boy.
Yeah, if there was no other boys at the beach.
If there was no other Beach Boys, it would just be him.
Wait,
that's it.
Was it plural? Was it the Beach Boys?
Yeah, it was the Beach Boys.
But
actually, the one guy
they were like the hot boys of the '60s.
It's like the Beatles, except it was just Paul and fucking John.
But I can't remember. You know what's crazy? This is how good Brian Wilson was. I don't even remember the guy who mainly sings all the fucking songs. The guy who's actually the only cool looking Beach Boy. Like, I don't know his fucking name. I think it's Mike something. But like, Dude,
it's Mike.
Mike Beach.
Anybody who knows
It
anything
is.
about
It's Mike Love. His name is Mike Love.
There you go. No, but the fact that he couldn't hear out of one ear and he mixed everything in fucking mono. Is like anybody who knows anything about audio is like that's with the harmonies that they put together. It's fucking ridiculous. And as far as Sly Stone's concerned, Sylvester Stallone is alive and well. Just to let everybody know.
Yes. No.
I know a lot of folks freaked out, Wes included. Rambo's alive. There's still blood in those veins.
Well, his name is also Stallone and not Sly Stone.
Yeah,
so.
but I get the mix up. Wes was not the only one. But yeah, Sly Stone, probably one of the greatest funk musicians of all time.
Yes, Dummy Wes's anxiety was relieved after I figured out that it was an R&B artist. That was influential quasi in my youth.
By the way, I was shocked. I sent you guys the video. Sly Stone also helped Eddie Murphy out in Coming to America. Anybody that's aware of Coming to America is aware that there was a certain hair product known as Soul Glow. And I was shocked to learn that the person who sang the fucking song was a white man.
Really?
For the So Glow ad?
Just let your soul glow. Yeah, white dude. 100%.
That's
And
amazing.
that is very amazing, especially knowing that like Sly Stone is just a black icon of Americana, but a black icon nonetheless, who gave the reins to a Jewish white man to sing the fucking main riff of that fucking tune. Wow. Especially in 1980, whatever that fucking movie came out.
Sexual chocolate. It wasn't, but that's the only thing. I always think of that. I think of that band. Give yourselves a hand for looking all lovely. All right. Rest in peace. We will see you all next week. Can't give you the glibs on what we're going to talk about because we're going to figure it out. I don't know, Tuesday, Wednesday. Otherwise, Tommy Boy Fest, August 7th through the 9th, Sandusky, Ohio.
Sandusky, Ohio.
That's right. Get in there.